Hi guys, Blake here with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on beautiful Upper Lake Taneycomo. It is Friday the 4th of December and I'm going to do the one cast today. Okay, so I'm starting here. I'm just a little bit above the tennis court. I'm over here on the north bank. Yesterday I drifted down the south bank over there on the bluff with jerk baits. And today I've got a few different fly setups on spin cast rods. So this using that's called the Peach Fuzz trout bead, and I've got a little size 10 egg hook about an inch below that. Got the bead pegged about just an inch above, and I've got a big red San Juan worm on below that. They are running the 2 units today. I need to get myself out of danger here. Okay, there we go. So my setup here, I've got one of our Lilleys. This is the 6.6 medium light fast action tip spin cast rod. I've got a P25, Presidential 25 Pflüger here, 4-pound Trilene XL smooth cast line. Okay, and then I've got that same little drift rig that I like to make. Got the size 12 snap swivel holding a 3/16 ounce weight with a size 12 barrel swivel holding my leader material. This is 4-pound Trilene XL line here as well. I've got about 5 foot of it, and I've got my fly separated by about 18 to 20 inches there. And I'm trying to keep you guys out of the sun today. It's been a while since I drifted this north bank, but I do know that whenever the water's running heavier like it is now, that this side over here can be pretty good. That 3/16 ounce weight is ticking the bottom just perfect. No overcast skies today. Got big bluebird skies. Not a cloud in sight. It looks to me like they might be running just a touch more than 2 units, but if you call the hotline there, it's going to tell you 2 units. Got a pretty significant midge hatch happening today. We had thousands of them flying around the dock before I left. Been cleaning out the rest of the leaves at the resort today and cleaning gutters, so I have not actually heard a fishing report today. Actually, I take that back. When I first got to the dock this morning, someone had been out early this morning and said that they drug the little jerk baits down below the trophy area and caught a few nice fish. And I do know that from the last couple of days that I've heard reports about the red San Juan working pretty good. What I don't know is whether this north bank side over here has any fish sitting on it. You want to feel that thing just bouncing along the bottom. I've got a perfect drift going right now. And there was quite a bit of wind down below the trophy area, and got up here and there's hardly any wind at all. No fish on the first cast. My idea behind trying the trout beat out down this side is the rainbow trout. Well, ooh, I got some moss there. The rainbow trout will soon be starting their mating, and obviously the brown trout already have, so there's, you know, potential for eggs in the water because of that. But the rainbow trout will be starting their mating season. And I remember last year that when the rainbow trout were doing their mating, I believe they had, you know, this section going around the north bank, and probably more collectively down on the other side of the narrows, but this whole north bank seemed to be stacked with some fish that were mating, and you could come down this side and do pretty well with the egg pattern last year. Of course, things change every year, but that was just my thought process. Got a few boats out on the water today. Oh, can't tell if that was a bite or if it was the bottom. I've got the nose of the boat pointed down lake, which kind of makes it harder to control the boat with the trolling motor doing that. But the sun is shining directly at me, so I didn't want to put the camera directly in the sun there. So far, not getting any takers over here on this side. I might have to scoot out more to the middle of the lake here. I just want to check and make sure I don't have any moss. I'll take one more stab over here at this bank. The fish have been really hit and miss lately. You'll have half the day where they bite really good and the other half the day where they just get total lockjaw. Might even switch over to I've got another spin cast rod, same Same setup, same length of leader, same pound test, but I've got double scuds on. Maybe they're feeling more nymphy today, as they certainly aren't having it, at least on this side. It might be my fly selection too. I'm gonna scoot out towards the middle here. I think I managed to get rid of the sun for the most part. I think I'm gonna switch over to the double scuds here. Scuds are it's hard to go wrong using scuds. You can always almost count on catching some fish with scuds, so long as you get the right amount of weight and drag them across the bottom. Alright, so I've got a size 12 and a size 10 on here, so going big. With the murky water conditions, I got a rainbow scud, size 10 there, and that's a size 12. Even though it looks bigger, it's a 200R hook. They're the long skinny ones. And with these faster water conditions and the water still being a little dirty, you want to have the bigger profile. That's why I was using the bigger egg pattern and the bigger sandworm worm, and the same goes for the scuds. And I've still got a good drift. The 3/16 ounce weight seems to be the proper amount here. But that is why I put the snap swivel on the line above the, ooh, that was a hit for sure. That's why we put the snap swivel on above the barrel swivel, so that you can clip on a different size weight without having to take your entire setup apart. Because traditionally, if you had an original Carolina rig, you would have to take it at least a part above the barrel swivel to change out your weight. And as you drift down the lake, you'll find sections like over here that's slower and over there that's faster, and just a real quick way to change out your weight and keep drifting like you're supposed to be. There's a jumper over there. Starting to think I should have brought a jig rod and threw jigs. Now with 2 units of water running, you can pretty well safely drift over any part of the narrows here. I like to pull my motor up out of the water just to be completely sure that I'm not gonna hurt anything. Something else to keep in mind whenever you're doing this drift rig method for your flies is to play around with the length of your leader, the length that the flies wave behind the weight. That can make or break your fishing trip. And there's the bald eagle again. I don't see his partner today, but I'd say the eagles are here to stay for the winter. Something I've seen people do, and that you can do, is if you have a way to anchor or spot lock, you can take those trout beads and run them underneath an indicator, or you could even put it on a drift rig like this, but you set and spot lock right next to some swift water, kind of like the water going by there quickly, and you can just keep continuously casting and letting it drift in front of you in that swift water, and that seems to work pretty well. Oh, dang it. I believe that was a fish. There's one. Hey, hey. They are eating today. It's a pretty little stalker. Buddy. There we go. Still got his par marks. We'll go just a little bit longer here. And that one came on the dark gray size 12 200R hook scud there. But if I was going to pick one bait or one fly and come out here and throw, it'd probably be the scud. If I wanted to just guarantee that I caught at least even a few fish, even on a slow day, this is a food source that the trout are always eating year long. There's obviously portions of time whenever there's a lot more scuds in the lake and they eat it more prevalently, but for the most part they're always eating scuds. And so anytime you can find a food source and imitate it like that, it's usually going to be a pretty good bet. And one of my favorite spots to drag little scuds through is coming up right now. We're kind of getting towards the front third of Eagle Island here, and there's a big flat right after this tree that's laying down in the water, and there's a type of grass that's growing underneath the water there, and I call it scud grass. That's definitely not what its actual name is, but it's kind of little small green leaves, and it kind of looks like a little miniature shrub under the water. And these scuds really like to stick in those, into the roots of those. And any place where you can find a collection of those growing, there's usually a higher population of scuds, and usually trout feeding on scuds near them. And so I think that's why this is always a good spot for dragging scuds through. Right before we get here, I'm gonna pull it in and just make sure I don't have any moss. Oh, there was one. I felt him. Is he still there? Yeah, he's still there. Oh, no. What was that? Well, he managed to pop off of there. He bit onto it and shook his head, and I felt him. Then it got all slack, and it just turns out he was running straight towards me. Oh, there was another one. It's pretty funny. I've caught a lot of fish here, and that water up there against the island is really shallow, but there's been so many times where I came through here with a jig and casted directly into that shallow water, and you'd think you'd be able to see their backs sticking out of the water, but sometimes there's a lot more fish over there than you may think there is. There was one jumping right there. Oh, caught a leaf. Just trying to get to throw this cast out there where that fish is jumping. There was another one there. Okay, well, made it to the island. Fish are, it seem like they're feeding too hot today. But we thank you guys for watching. There's a couple different things you can try if you're coming out soon, and I highly suggest the scud anytime. So we thank you guys for watching. Like and share us on Facebook, and we'll do it again tomorrow, guys. Thanks.